Hello, my students. How are you today? I hope you are doing well and staying safe and healthy. I'm Hassan Zainuri. Welcome to Public Speaking course. In this chapter, you will learn about the basics of public speaking. In this section of this chapter, I will talk about what public speaking is. First, let me tell you the learning objectives of this lesson. After learning the lesson, students will be able to first define the public speaking and second explain what distinguishes public speaking from other modes of communication. Let's move on to the overview of this video. This is the outline of the topics in this video. First, what is public speaking? Second, what distinguishes public speaking from other modes of communication? Turning our attention now to the definition of public speaking. When you hear the phrase public speaking, what comes into your mind? For instance, the President of Indonesia, Mr. Joko Widodo, who is delivering an address, a sales representative who is attempting to persuade clients in your office, a professor who is explaining a lecture, politicians who are debating before an election. Be assured that public speaking takes different forms every day in our country and around the world. Now, let's get personal. Do you consider yourself a public speaker? And when you do you consider yourself to be self-assured, prepared, and effective? Or do you see someone who is afraid, unsure of what to say, and concerned that they are not conveying their message effectively? Probably, you will find yourself in this public speaking course and probably have mixed emotions. In addition, it is required for graduation in your major. Perhaps you have taken a formal public speaking course before, although it is not as common in secondary education as in colleges. Public speaking instruction could be part of your high school experience. You may have taken part in debates or individual speaking events. These activities will help you succeed in this course, especially in terms of confidence and delivery. But first, what exactly do we mean by public speaking? Talking in front of a group of people is the most obvious answer. For the purpose of this course, public speaking is more formal than that. An organized, face-to-face, prepared, intentional, purposeful attempt to inform, entertain, or persuade a group of people, typically 5 or more through words, physical delivery, and at the same time visual or auditory aids, is referred to public speaking. In almost all cases, the speaker is the center of attention for a set period of time. There may still be some back and forth engagement with the audience, such as questions and answers, but the speaker is usually in charge of directing that interaction, either during or after the planned speech has completed. As Stephen A. Lucas has written in 2011, public speaking is defined as an enlarged conversation. Public speaking needs to be more purposeful, for example, to entertain, to inform, or to persuade. It is highly organized with certain formal elements, for instance, introduction and clear main points, and usually dependent on resources outside of your personal experience. Let's say you need to conduct research to support your ideas. Of course, the delivery will be enlarged or projected as well. It means that the delivery will be louder, more fluid, and more energetic, depending on the size and type of room in which you are speaking. Therefore, you will be more conscious of the formality and correctness of your language. Let's move on to the second main point in this lesson, which is about what distinguishes public speaking from other modes of communication. Now, I'd like to expand my point about elements of conversation. As I said at the beginning, public speaking is an enlarged conversation, and not only it has some similarities to conversation, but also some major differences too. Because conversation has elements of, first, awareness of and sensitivity toward your audience, in this case, more than one person. Second, an exchange of explicit messages about content, such as facts, ideas, or information, and less explicit ones about relationships, for instance, how you relate to one another, such as trust, liking, respect. Third, a dependence on feedback to know if you are successful in being understood, usually nonverbal in public speaking, but still present. And the last, the fact that public speaking communication is almost always face-to-face rather than mediated through a computer, telephone, mass media, or writing. In conclusion, let me sum up the main points in this video. Public speaking is an organized, face-to-face, prepared, intentional, or purposeful attempt to inform, to entertain, or to persuade a group of people, usually 5 or more, through words, physical delivery, and visual or audio aids. It might be that the only public speaking experience you have had felt like a failure, and therefore left you embarrassed and wanting to forget it and stay away from public speaking. It might have been years ago, but the feeling stays with you. These are all understandable emotions because, as you have probably heard or read, polls indicate that public speaking is one of the things people fear the most. I think that's all the lesson in this video. I hope you can learn something from this video and see you in the next video.